Hello and welcome on Watches TV, and today we are with Benjamin Arabo, CEO of Jacob & Co. And we're going to talk about a few things that have evolved with the brand, because since a couple of years you wanted to kind of reduce more or less the size of the watches. Tell us a little bit what was the idea and how it translates today in the timepieces that you're presenting.
I joined about 4 years ago, and one of the first things that I did when I joined was I did a customer survey to understand what our customers think about the brand, how they perceive our brand, what they think about the innovation, the creativity, the size, the price point. And something that stood out for me that was kind of black and white was the size of the watches. People were amazed with the innovation, the creativity, the design, and one of the questions we asked was, if you have the passion to be a collector and you had the funds to do so and the resources, would you buy our timepieces? The answer would be yes. And also if you collect independence, because we have our own DNA. If you're a Rolex collector or those type of brands which make amazing watches, you're not a client of Jacob & Co. So if you buy independence, would you buy our watch? The answer would be yes, but the size. So we took that feedback into heavy consideration, and over the course of the past 4 years, we've been working very hard to still push forward on the creativity and innovation, but on a smaller size, which is a lot more difficult to do.
But didn't you need that size based on the type of watches that you were producing? I mean, in terms of the mechanical things that were happening in there with all those automatons and things like that, wasn't it like kind of a constraint, or was the size your dad wanted to have big watches from the start?
Well, we're quite public with Jacob appreciating larger watches. For him, he would design for the customer, but also would design for himself. He is a bigger guy. He's built big, and everybody knows that. So, he appreciated kind of larger watches. So when I came in, we took a much more aggressive approach and focusing on what the consumer wants. So we took the same creativity, and actually we increased the creativity and innovation, just like this BR1. The BR1, we were able to figure out how to have a longer engine, so V16 versus W16 in the Chiron, and add 2 or 3 more complications to the watch, but also in a smaller size. The BR1, or the Bugatti Tourbillon, is 20 to 30% smaller than the Bugatti Chiron. Like the oil pump, we were able to figure out how to have the same complication, almost the same complication, in a much smaller size. So it's harder to do because you have less room to play with. Yeah. It's like trying to build a big sandcastle in a small sand. When you have a lot more sand, like, you have a lot more leverage and a lot more room to build a big sandcastle.
When I read the specs regarding this piece, and I saw that it was less, basically, only 2 millimeters less in terms of height, a bit reduced, but you really feel those 2 millimeters. It's quite impressive. Yeah. Before seeing it in real, I thought it was, okay, well, it's still quite big. But actually, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, so we saved 2 millimeters on the height, and then we saved 6 millimeters on the diameter, which makes a huge difference. Yeah, it's quite big, yeah. So everything that we're producing, almost everything, because some complications are really out of this world, and we really need the space for it, but most of the stuff that we're producing now and what's in development for the next 3 years is a smaller size.
Okay. And with the original oil pump, you had a multi-axis tourbillon. Now you have like a flying tourbillon. Does this also reflect in your pricing?
Yes, it does. So the original oil pump was $380,000, and this one is $280,000. Due to the size, because if it's larger, we need more material to produce, and also the difference between two axis and one axis.
Yeah, and now we see you guys everywhere, basically. Tell us a little bit what's happening. There seems to be a real hype around the brand.
Yeah, well, we're very excited to see that, and we're working really hard to do so. It's a combination of a few factors. We are building, for the past, I would say, 6-7 years, building real momentum in driving awareness and appreciation for these type of timepieces. They're different, they're creative, they're very innovative, they're they're a watch when somebody sees you wearing it, it's a conversation piece. And I think overall for the industry, there's been a growing appreciation for independence, but also independence with the kind of guts, I would say, to create something like this.
Yeah, with a twist.
Yeah, with the twist. Yeah. So I feel like we're just getting some, and which we're super grateful for, to get support from many different avenues, whether it's industry specific or with marketing or with celebrities or whatever it may be. And we're at a exciting turning point for our company, where we could really take this thing to the next level. And nothing would make me happier.
Great. Well, congratulations to you and to your team, and best of luck with the rest.